Hey gang, welcome back. It's DrBossKey, and I thought today I would share with you how I achieved essentially a boss time bonus reward. So you'll see here, I'm gonna come up on the boss, and at this point, if I defeat the boss before an invisible timer completes, then you will get bonuses. So I'm going to use my debug key here to bomb the boss and to kill it. And you'll notice there that I trigger a little bit of sound. I then have the time bonus that comes up. I have a voice line that appears, and then I spawn all these star gems just as a little bit of an extra bonus to collect if you've defeated the boss before the time has expired. So how did we do this? All right, so from a high level, basically what I have is I have the boss. So, it's pretty self-explanatory. So, and I'll go in the script in here in a second. I also have what I call a dummy mover object here, and all this thing is it's never meant to be seen by the player. That's why I've just got it named dummy mover. And what happens is that it's when it wakes up because of the camera, it's attached to the camera. So then it will be here. I'll just show you. So you'll see that it pushes along with the camera. So basically, this then has the star gems, which they're basically an enemy that I spawn, and that when it dies, it basically poops out a bunch of star gems, right? So, but this star gem enemy is attached to the dummy mover. So what this lets me do is this lets me essentially always spawn the star gems in the correct place in the screen. Just a little way that I wound up doing that. And then I think those are the main things. So what I'll do is I'll run you through the script. All right. So here's the script. So again, this is just my little cheat for what this is because I'm going to forget at some point. So this is boss bonus points. And it starts with a couple things. So one is there's a trigger. In this case, I have it stay activated. And the important thing here is that the connected entity state is all alive. And then once the boss wakes up, which is what it's connected to, then I start a timer. In this particular case, it's a 75-second timer that stays active. And at the end of the 75 seconds, what do I do? Yeah, okay. I wind up destroying the dummy mover. So, yeah, so there's a reason for that. I'll go into that in a bit. So, but I also then essentially come down here once the boss is alive, and I start a timer object. So this is stay active. This is the duration is set to 60 seconds. And basically, this acts kind of like an open circuit or a switch gate. So when the timer is running, it will continue to be active for 60 seconds. And then at the end of 60 seconds, then the script object for the timer stops. And so at the end of this, we do a couple things. So as long as this is open, let's see here. So we have the timer that is active, and then just there. Okay, cool. So, which then is just double checking. Okay, cool. And so the other important part here is that while this timer is active, then it will feed into this countdown, which I've just set to 0.1 seconds. This is just to make sure things don't step on each other in the same frame. Don't worry about it. As well, but it also gives me the ability to tune things with a timer in the space. So as long as this timer is active and it hasn't expired after 60 seconds, and we get this is also connected to the boss, so we have a gameplay trigger condition which is set to stay active, and if the connected entity state is all dead. So if the boss dies and the countdown timer is active, then this acts as a 2-condition trigger. So then these both feed into this countdown state, and then this countdown state triggers, so that's considered success. So for instance, if this expires and the boss dies, then what happens is that both these conditions aren't true, and so it won't pass to this countdown logic. So once we do that, we come over here and we basically have a text object, which we set to a picture with an animated text, and this is just a boss defeated time bonus text. It's set to loop, which is really nice to have. And it's set to stay active, and I think everything else is probably fine. I had a little fade in and out for this, no big deal. But we wanted that to continue for a period of time, and that period of time for us was, I think, 2 seconds. Yeah, so we just had it 2 seconds, comes up pretty quickly, and then we do a couple other things. So one is we added a number of countdown timers. So after 0.3 seconds, we trigger the announcer time bonus. We also then come down here, and after 0.1 seconds, so we added some of these essentially fireworks explosions. So you can see them here. So we just said a push, 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 right? And so these trigger basically here. And I wound up staggering them a little bit from the first one to the second one, which is then 0.3 seconds, and then 0.6 seconds for the third one. So just, 1, 2, 3 type of thing. Just kind of this gives you the ability to tune the visuals a little bit. And then at the end of this, then the other thing that we trigger is there's a sound, which is boss bonus points wave. So this is that little jingle that appears as well. So all these things happen. That's how we control the visuals for that. And then I have one other little piece of logic here inside of this, which is what I call the star gem spawner. I kind of talked about this a little bit here. So when the condition is true, we come down here to another timer, and after 1.2 seconds, we then wake up the star gem enemy. So this makes them spawn. And then they do their little spawn animation, and then and then I believe, So, and then, then after 2.2 seconds, because they wake up, they spin around a little bit, and then what we wind up doing is we wind up killing the star gem enemy. I think that was just the one. Yeah. So, and we kill the star gem enemy, and as a result, that then spawns all of these star gems, because you can spawn items on enemy death, right? So again, this isn't more about that. So this is how the base logic works. So feel free to use it. There are other ways you can do this. This is mainly just the concept, but again, maybe I'll just run you through it so you can see the end result of this. Come on, the skulls are okay. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. And to everyone else, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.